The clean and jerk is a composite of two weightlifting movements most often performed with a dumbbell, called the clean and the jerk. After lifting the dumbbell to the shoulders, the lifter jerks it overhead to arm's length, with no restrictions on the time necessary to complete the lift or on leg movements. In both lifts, the lifter must complete the lift with feet in line, body erect, arms and legs extended, and the barbell in control overhead. The clean and jerk is one of the two Olympic lifts, with the other lift being the snatch. These lifts work on strength, power, flexibility, and coordination. The prime movers for the clean and jerk are the gluteus maximus, the quadriceps, the hamstrings, trapezius, forearm flexors, deltoids, latissimus dorsi, spinal erectors, calves, and the triceps. For the starting point, you want to begin with heels hip width apart with a barbell on the floor close to the shins. You want to take a double overhand grip just outside the legs and lower your hips with the weight on the heels, back straight, head facing forward, chest up, with your shoulders just in front or over the bar. You want to begin with heels hip width apart with a barbell on the floor close to the shins. You want to take a double overhand grip just outside the legs. You want to lower your hips with the weight on the heels, back straight, head facing forward, chest up, and with your shoulders just in front of the bar. You want to begin the first pull by driving through the heels and extending your knees. Your back angle should stay the same and your arms should remain straight. Move the weight under control as you continue to above the knees. Next comes the second pull. As the bar approaches the mid-thigh position, begin extending through the hips. In a jumping motion, accelerate by extending the hips, knees, and ankles, using speed to move the bar upward. The body should be fully extended, leaning slightly back with arms fully extended. As full extension is achieved, transition into the third pull by aggressively shrugging and flexing the arms with the elbows up and out. At peak extension, aggressively pull yourself down, rotating your elbows under the bar as you do so. You want to receive the bar in a front squat position. The bar should be racked onto the protracted shoulders, lightly touching the throat with the hands relaxed. Continue to descend to the bottom squat position. In a standing with the weight racked on the front of the shoulders, begin with the dip. With your feet directly under your hips, flex the knees without moving the hips backward. You want to go down only slightly in reverse direction as powerful as possible. Drive through the heels, create as much force as possible, and be sure to move your head out of the way as the bar leaves the shoulders. At this moment, as the feet leave the floor, the feet must be placed into the receiving position as quickly as possible. The feet should be split with one foot forward and one foot back. The primary points for the clean and jerk are to keep your back straight, keep head facing forward, and keep your chest up. During the clean, you want to receive the bar when descending from overhead. Knees come to full lockout at the top, and light flexion in knees to absorb shock. You want the power from this lift to initiate in the hips, and arms come to full lockout overhead with the bar over the center of the body. During the jerk, you want your weight on the heel of the front foot. Front knee stacked directly over or even slightly behind the ankle. Torso straight up and down with the strongest midline you've ever had. Back knee slightly bent, and back heel off the ground with weight on the ball of foot and heel slightly turned out. There are many common faults as you execute the clean and jerk. For example, actively sweeping the bar into the hips with the arms. In order to fix this, instead of using the arms to pull the bar into the hip, the athlete should focus on rising with the chest. As the chest rises, the angle of the body will change, which allows the bar to meet the hips naturally.